These are numbers that matter.
I used to say to people in Alameda County, you're not dead until I say you're dead, because literally I had to sign the death certificate.
That is Dr. Anthony Eiton. In the late 2000s, he was Director of Public Health for Alameda County. Dr. Eiton was the person that discovered an unfortunate truth. In the United States, your zip code matters more than your genetic code when it comes to health. This revelation stems from something he saw while looking at all of those death certificates.
Get really good data from death certificates. And you can tell what somebody died of, where they lived, what age they were when they died, and their race, ethnicity.
He noticed something else as well. There appeared to be patterns in the deaths he was seeing. So Dr. Eiton started placing all of this data from death certificates into spreadsheets. When he then mapped this data, the patterns became clear.
The most striking patterns that we mapped first was showing basically a 12 to 15-year life expectancy difference between people who were growing up and lived in the West Oakland flatlands versus people who lived in the Oakland Hills.
What Dr. Eiton is saying is if you were a person of color living here in the 94607 area code for West Oakland, you could expect to die 12 to 15 years sooner than a person of color living here. But why?
And we looked at things like homicide, we looked at things like HIV/AIDS, and it didn't explain the difference. Those causes of death, infant mortality, none of those things explain that difference.
Those factors didn't explain the difference, but Dr. Eiton had a hunch that there were other factors that might. West Oakland is home to one of the biggest and busiest ports on the West Coast. All of this shipping and cargo might be coming with a price.
Because of the freeways, because of the trucks, because of the port equipment, because of the bunker fuel that's burned by the ships while they're waiting in dock because of the lack of electrification of the port equipment. You've got a sensitive population that's experiencing high levels of stress, has a lot of risk in their life, very few resources.
Air pollution and diesel particulate emissions specifically was having a profound effect on the quality of life for residents in West Oakland. Eiton found data linking this air pollution with more children going to the hospital for asthma, to people dying younger, and to higher rates of chronic disease, all happening in West Oakland. This kind of revelation could have sat hidden in a report somewhere, never to see the light of day. But Dr. Eiton did something with this data that would have a profound effect on Oakland and other cities around the world. Eiton shared this data publicly with the residents of Oakland. In the next episode, what happens when communities learn about and attempt to change these numbers that matter?
This is a story about people coming together to fight for justice. And they won. And they won big.